Hey guys, today we're playing a pretty good game called Juiced Eliminator. It's definitely one of those childhood memory games on the PSP. I've got the music muted because most of it is definitely copyright, but the soundtrack, despite a few songs, it is very, very good. Just give you the list right here. But aside from that, I'm just going to go ahead and pop into the career right here.
So let me guess. You think you can cut it as a tuner in Angel City, huh? Well, let me tell you something, sweetie. Just because you like to run yellow lights doesn't make you a street racer. Then again, by that look you gave me, I'm guessing you already knew that. Tell you what, why don't you show me what you can do? If you want, we can put a little money down to make it more interesting.
Now, this run isn't going to be a challenge run or anything. I'm just going to play the game like completely normal. And I'm pretty sure you could see some good changes right off the bat. If you've played this game in the past, you know it's locked to 20 FPS. But see, I got a little trick up my sleeve. It's called cheats, right? And I mean, it's pretty obvious what this one does. 60 FPS on this god tier game. There is no button to shift down. There's only a shift button, so it'll downshift if you're not on the accelerator, or if you're on the brakes, it'll downshift. It's pretty weird, but I guess it takes some time to get used to. So I don't think I want to use that camera. I'll put the credits for the 60 FPS cheat down in the comments below. I don't know if YouTube will let me, because it took away my... What was it? It took away permissions like a few months ago. I guess because I wasn't uploading videos as often. They weren't popular, but YouTube moment, I guess. But yeah, it's a childhood game, pretty good. I'd say, for me, this is definitely up there with... I'd put this game right next to Motorsports 4, Gran Turismo 3 and 4. That's how good I value this game. The progression... It's definitely different.
Not bad. Hey, I'm Nina, by the way. Sorry about my attitude earlier. My brother's had me working on his ride for like the past... Oh, forget it. Anyway, if I were you, I'd take whatever scratch you got and get yourself a car. Once you got your wheels covered, I'd check out the event calendar and find yourself a race. You finish as strong as you did back there, you should have nothing to worry about.
No clue what I was saying beforehand, but yeah, early 2000s 3D cutscenes, yes. Think I'm gonna go with the CRX. It's definitely the cheapest out of the three. All right, upgrades. So the progression in this game is definitely different. With the new Forza Motorsport, where what they did with the car points as you race over time, it straight up reminded me of this game, and I'll kind of show it to explain it. So like, as you see, you have this stock car and you can only put basic upgrades into it, but as you race it more, you'll be able to unlock these other upgrades. I guess that's some sort of progression. And if I remember correctly, it's like that for each individual car. So if you have a second CRX, you would have to race it maybe like 3 to 5 times. and I think there is a little progression skip where you could just bet on class 1 races and always bet on the Dodge Viper winning in a drag strip. I'm not gonna do that because I just like playing this game like a normal person. Well, that's probably how normal people play this game anyway. You just keep betting on the Dodge Viper to win. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dump some money into this thing. I'll keep it. I like the stock look right now, so I'll just do some basic upgrades. And there's something else with this game that I really like. I think these are just random. Some of them offer more than the others. Completely forgot about that. I hope the audio is good. I tested it a bunch. Just slam this thing down to the ground. The handling for the cars in this game, they're pretty loose, and it is really easy to spin out on some vehicles. But, I mean, if you get the handling down, I mean, it actually shouldn't even be a problem anymore with the 60 FPS cheat. Because with the 20 FPS, your inputs are like massively delayed, so you don't gotta worry about that anymore. You won't have turbos or nitrous as early, but this right here is the best part. So you can like outclass a whole lower tier of cars using this. So like for instance, I'll give you an example. Let's say I put my car, how far away is that? What's that? 153 to 169. That's a 16 horsepower difference. So let's say my car is 215 horsepower, right? This side on the higher side is 215. If I lower it all the way down, I'd be in 199 horsepower. So what that means is like you can effectively bring a class 7 car down to class 8 and absolutely dominate, and that's like really nice. Or you can, if you're like low on power, you can just raise this up a little more and give you a little more top end, maybe a little more acceleration. I think it's definitely more acceleration, and that'll just put you to the top of your class. And I actually quite like these classes. They get pretty unbalanced the higher you go, because I know in like the higher classes you'll get a Ford fastback, right? And you'll be up against a Dodge Viper if you put enough upgrades into it. And the cars in this game that only have 4 gears, they're not competitive because they don't have a lot of top end. But yeah, here we go with the first race of the career, or the first actual race I should say. I don't know if I want to bet here. I know, remembering my childhood experiences, Caitlyn early game is, I don't know what's up with her AI, but it was pretty hard to beat. I'm gonna go ahead and lock in here though. That was completely accidental. I don't really care about rep. I probably won't care about the rep in this playthrough. I was really trying to get around him. Just straight up reminding me of Forza, where there's nowhere to go and you end up just tapping the rear end of someone else a bunch of times. Yeah, I probably could have bet it on Caitlyn, especially super early game. Also, if you tailgate them long enough, they will just straight up make mistakes. It'll come in handy for team races. You don't want to grind the composure of your teammates. But you probably want to turn the speech off, because I know they like to scream and shout like very often. And my gosh, the lady that you get on your team, she hollers, bro. And it gets really awkward, and I'm losing to this Dodge Neon right now. I don't think this game has any drafting. I don't know why you're using nitrous in a Class 8 race. He should be spinning out sometime. Not gaining on him. Dog, I'm kind of topped out. Well, I think his car did have 190 horsepower, so that's probably the reason why. But yeah, you get a clean driving bonus, and there's your unlocked mods down there. I didn't get a clean race bonus. Tried to go around that dude. Like I said before, I don't really care about this part. This is... if I was trying to 100% the game, I'd probably be looking into this, but... honestly, I never actually beat this game. I got about like 70% through the game. It's probably my chair in the background. I never actually... the reason why was because of... I think the challenges, they're actually really complicated to do on the PSP at 20 FPS. It's a combination of that and the show-off events. I know they say it's easier to do show-off events, like in-game, they say it's easier in front-wheel drive, and that's probably true due to the handling model they used. But I just cannot, for the life of me, get them things down. And we got a MX-5 over here. Look, already nearly top of the Class 8 roster. Oh, we get this second one. They're both 195. That's not going to be fun to beat. I don't know if I should bet against the MX-5. I don't... as far as this game, as in-depth this game goes, English is hard. I do not know if the car's weight actually matters in this game. Oh my gosh.
Get your money ready.
Yeah, they start to talk too. And the textures, you get 5 feet away from there and they start turning into Play-Doh. I love it. We might actually... should just bet on Caitlyn. Now I know for the future. If that thing is in the same race as me, I'll just bet against that. There might be a few moments like that where I just don't downshift. I'm trying to like let off the gas quickly and then spam B so it actually downshifts, because there's no downshift button. There's only a shift button that only works if you're on or off the throttle. There is also vehicular damage in this game. If you crash enough, you'll lose your neon, you'll get a nitrous leak, you can damage your turbos, and possibly the worst one is damaged steering. I hated that. Especially on PSP. I don't know why I'm spamming looking back. Damaged steering on PSP is like abysmal. Like you might as well just quit the race at that point. I wonder if the sounds of my controller are also coming through the mic. I do have noise suppression turned on through OBS. I just hope that none of these other sounds are being picked up. This controller has seen so many racing game miles now. It creaks. And the left stick is starting to be a little stiff. So you get some more unlocked mods for the
Sup, Holmes? I'm Juan Garcia Sands. I run the Bay Area cruises here in Angel City. Why don't you come downtown, see what we're all about?
We do not
You
care.
did good back there. So what you gonna do? Dump that back in your ride or save it for events?
Oh yeah, you can host your own events in this game. The Eliminator races are probably one of my favorites. Although I don't actually know if they reward you for more money. You know what's weird? I don't think there's a single modern racing game right now that has Eliminator races. As far as I know, the Forza doesn't have any, or Motorsport 23 doesn't have that. I don't know if Gran Turismo 7 has that. I think, what's that one called? TDU had it in the demo. No, I don't remember. No clue if Motorfest has that. I know Forza doesn't have. Horizon 5 doesn't have that. Like the last game I can think of that has the elimination races is probably, I want to say, Most Wanted. Maybe. Most Wanted. I know for a fact. Okay, 510, the one for the PSP, it did have elimination races. I remember that. But I don't know if the superior version, 2005, I don't know if that one had it. And I don't even know if Motorsports 4 had them. Not even Gran Turismo 4 had them either. But yeah, that'd be a nice mode to have. Another game mode to have. Forza. Like, see, we did 2 races, got a few things unlocked. Progression can be quite slow at the beginning, but I mean, look at how much money we have. All we gotta do is wait for the phone call from the crazy guy. I swear, whoever detailed the dealership guy's face, he looks so crazy. Like his eyes are like bulging out of his head, man. Put an absolute bomb on this thing. I think we're gonna do that. Look at that. It's gross. I'm gonna leave that on top speed. I think for the slower cars, I'm gonna keep it on top speed. Because they're so slow. And that neon was like just sitting in front of us, just taunting us, so... brakes, I actually don't think we needed brakes. Because I think this game's handling, you kind of drift, you drift pretty easily. And this is a front-wheel drive car. You'd expect it to understeer, but it kind of just swerves in. Okay, here's our first class change. I'm not going to jump into class 7 just yet because I forgot what roster sits in class 7. I don't want to see your first enemy. If you're playing through this, your first enemy that you will come across is a Mitsubishi GSX Eclipse. That thing, that all-wheel drive monster, will just dust you if you're just stepping up. Now the thing is, I don't remember if that car is in class 7 or not. That is my concern. I think we might have to just step on in there and find out. Does this lower our class? No. Nitrous does not lower your class. That also brakes also do not lower your class. What if I downgrade? If I put on stock exhaust? Okay, we might be getting somewhere. See, this is the part I was talking about. See, you could, so like right now I'm underpowered for this. I wouldn't say 190 is underpowered, but right here is basically the borderline for class 8, and I think 200. Yes, 200 and up is class 7. 200 to 299. So I guess we will do one more race here, and then we will step on up, because we want, if we're going to step into class 7, we're going to want some wiggle room. And I mean, you can check out the dealership, but there's just going to be these two dudes sitting in here. The Volkswagen Beetle it can be pretty good starting out. The 206, I hear people pronounce this car name both right and wrong. I'm not even going to attempt it, or I'm just going to call it the 206. The Peugeot, I think. I only know how to pronounce it from watching so many GT4 videos. But yeah, this car, as you can see, the base horsepower is pretty low. So this could be a challenge run car if anyone decides to do that. This and the Fiat Punto. I say Punto because you just punt it off the track because it's so slow in this game. But yeah, let's see what we got this time. No Dodge Neon, which is great. Although I think now we can outpower it. We do have turbos. I think it's a twin turbo. That's what the icon is. Who are we betting against? Caitlyn will give us the most money. 18 grand, but hold on. That is a Type R sitting in Class 8. Yeah, I'm going to have to relearn which opponents to bet against in which classes. The last time I played this game was 3 years ago. I love the camera. You just look between them. That was also a Civic Type R. I'm not even gonna bet against one Civic Type R. Tyler might be doable.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
What is happening? Just bounced off. What do you mean enjoy it while it lasts? You're all the way back there. Okay, the confidence is not real. Kind of outpacing him right now. And this is I'd consider this a speed circuit, because we have some sweeping turns, some long sweeping turns, and it's just mostly straights. So top speed, oh, that's the handbrake. I remapped the controls. For long straights in circuits like this, the launch straightaways, I definitely go top speed. You'll see in the future, you'll have multiple cars to pick from when you want to do an event. And you can just have multiple builds or one car for every track if you absolutely desire. And another thing, the CRX model, I'm sure you can see it by now, but the left side reverse light is kind of just burnt out or something. I don't know if that's how this specific model looked in real life. Probably not. Because it doesn't look like that in... I'm very sure that light does not look like that in real life. But I always thought it looked weird. Like, they just modeled the car and they painted that light as a brake light. Or as a... not as a brake light, but... I guess one of the reflectors that just doesn't have a bulb in it. Well, yeah, there's your respect. Hit the good old waiting screen. It's a lot of money. Hit another mod. You got a cutscene?
All right. You think you're the best around here? Why don't you put your car on the line and prove it?
Word on the street is you know how to handle a whip. If you got the cash, why don't you come downtown and show me what you got?
I can see how you walked away with Nina's money.
Yeah, we do not care. These pink slip races you gotta watch out for, though.
Hey, it's Nina. What's up? Decisions.
And these right here.
The power
I believe we have enough power to do these. If you decline the challenges when they call, I think you lose rep. If you decline the pink slips, you definitely lose rep. And there's one annoying character who will, like, if you decline his pink slip, he just throws a fit, man. And it's like, dog, you have all this money. All the characters have a crap ton of money, man. I don't know why he just wants your cars, because you... Well, I'd assume you'd be winning a whole lot. Dog, that nitrous did absolutely nothing, and I bounced off that wall. Sometimes you'll get lucky with the perfect lap challenges, or with contact in this game, and you'll bounce off a wall and it just doesn't count as a contact. And I love that. It also happens sometimes in GT4. The sound of the buttons are actually coming through the phone. There's your first crew member. Get this dude. If you decline those, they will, like, spam your phone until you accept. There is no avoiding those. And there is also no reason to avoid those. There's Eliminator 1 for 8 grand. Got a sprint. 4 circuits. These are all going to be Chinatown for a minute. If you want to race at different tracks, I'd say start betting against some of the different characters. That way you'll earn, what is it, attendance? Yeah, you get to, so you'll get to, when you get in the purple section, you'll be able to race at their, like, specific territory or location or whatever. I'd say my favorite location is either Campbell Hills or downtown, which I think is on. Maybe. I do not remember. But yeah, let's go ahead and start dumping some more money into this thing. I don't know why this exhaust doesn't give any top speed or acceleration change. Neither does this one. Why is it doing that? You know what? It's probably because they provide the same boost as the one I already have on there. I didn't think of that. I'm gonna go with another... Should we do another bomb, or should we go with a dual? I'm gonna go with another bomb exhaust. Gear ratios left alone. Brakes. I mean, you can kind of just coast into corners. The grip, though, we are going to put some money into the tires, go with some Bridgestones. And I am flipping, I'm flipping through them, but I'm also like looking at the bottom to see how much acceleration they give, because some of them give more than others. But most of the time they both, it's like no change and they both do the same amount. Yeah, those all are the same. At that point, it's more just choosing whichever one is cheapest. Dang, I should have went with HKS. Well, I mean, money is definitely not a problem in this game. It's pretty early. You're just gonna start getting mad stacks. 276. Look at that number. We've already hit the gentleman's agreement. Let's see, what color are we gonna... Oh yeah, and the colors in this game, pretty nice. You can do some funky stuff. Like, give you an example. Say you want your car purple, right? And then you do... It's not... Oh, I think it's actually just pearlescent. Yeah, I'm tripping. It's just pearlescent. And maybe it just doesn't show as well on this car. I'm sure you could kind of see it. I might have just chose a bad color to start with. I don't know if the video will be able to pick that slight change up. If you look down at the bottom bumper, I'm sure you know what pearlescent color looks like. But I think I'm gonna go with pretty basic color, I think. Not salmon red. You can do pitch black as well. I don't think it looks good on this car. You can do like crew schemes. That way, every car you get, if you apply the crew scheme, all your cars will have the exact same look. And I like that feature. I wish that was in some other games. That's actually a nice blue. I'm taking that. Also, don't forget to hit triangle to buy the paint and don't just leave. I've done that so many times. As far as customization, I don't think this gives you any actual performance. Like, it doesn't do weight reduction. There it is, the there's a few, this game has speedline rims. If you've seen my other Forza videos, I have these on a lot. Although they don't have my favorite ones in here. I guess I'll change the rims. Anything's better than stock rims. Some good racing rims. Don't like those. Oh yeah, there's these two. Always thought those two were funny. They also got the gray one too. These look kind of nice. Got the 5 spokes. Oh yeah, these are the other two ones. The other two funny looking ones. Ooh, no. No. You got bronze in there too. There they are. These rims are so iconic to me. I feel like I see them on every single race car. Specifically BMWs. I guess I'll throw those on this. That and this. I'll just put that on there. Didn't mean to back out. Got some side skirt customization. Spoilers in this game. I never realized that some of the spoilers in this game, or the just the colors and like the different versions, they kind of remind me of Gran Turismo 4, like how it'll give you like the straight ones and then like the ones with the curve, and you'll get like type A and type B. Like for the, I think it's white, gray, and black. I actually quite like that one. I don't like the curved one. Basically just rice your car out. I don't think this car needs all of that. I kind of like my cars clean. There's that prototype decal. Yeah. If you just win those prototype races, you'll be able to put that circuit board thing on there. You can remove the sponsored decals if you want, and you can also color them, which I think is pretty nice. And you color them all at once. You tint the windows. So I mean, I used to always just black them out because there's nothing to really see in there. I mean, you could probably see the driver, but it's just like a human outline. Neons, don't really care for. You can customize the color of the speed gauge though, and I wish we had like gauge cluster customization. I'd say my favorite one is probably the white one, because you can see it a little better. It's either that or one of the blue ones, but they're actually a little too dark. The pea yellow one. I'm actually gonna put this one on. And the radio. I mean, there's no music playing at all, because I don't want it to be copyrighted. But, I mean, I actually don't know if these give you more bass in game. I always thought that for the longest time, but I never decided to check. You can't really call that an aesthetic thing, because there's no first person where you're inside the car and you like visibly see the radio. Also, now that I just did that, we can't attend any more of these Class 8 races, which leaves us to join Eliminator, and it's wet. You can also watch the races and bet on who you want there to be, or who you can bet on whoever you want and just get money like that. Oh, what is happening right now? No, I don't want to leave. You gotta press triangle to do that. I always thought that was weird. Yeah, let's go with our Gentleman's Agreement CRX. And right now, Juan is breaking that gentleman's agreement with his Civic Type R. It's a 39-minute video. 39 minutes in so far. We gotta pick up the pace a little. I'm not confident in this CRX being this high, so I will skip out on the betting right now. could have definitely betted on them because they're just sitting back there, dude. And that lead just keeps growing. Wow, okay. I'm also like trying to mute the mic when I'm on a straightaway because I don't want it to pick up me breathing heavily. Absolutely trying to get an awesome lap when there's nothing to really worry about. But yeah. So that was something. That was hot lapping. That was not a race. I do wish that we did get...
Hi, I'm Lucia B. I really don't have time to waste, so I figure I'll save us both some time and cut to the chase. I'm not interested in getting to know you. I'm not even interested in your money.
We do not care.
What I am interested in is your car.
Car collection,
which
yes.
is soon to become my car. I'll see you on Angel Island. TTFN.
Right. Her territory is also pretty good, but it's like dangerously bumpy. And I have vivid flashbacks of driving an RX-7 there during a challenge event or something like that. And the car just kept spinning out towards the beach area. And it's so vivid. It was every single lap it did that, man. I could not avoid it. I had to, like, tiptoe over that thing. Should we do another eliminator? This one's going to be, like, way shorter. It better be. No. Actually, it'll still be there. I do want to check something. No, still no cars in the shop. Yeah, this part of the game is a little bit of a drag. I think I will stop recording when it reaches an hour. So far, I think it's going pretty well. It is pretty slow though. Like I said, the beginning of the game is definitely a little bit of a drag, but once it starts picking up, it starts picking up. You start getting those you start getting big bucks. I'd say definitely go for the challenges. I forgot what, it's elimination race, okay. Alright, this time I am gonna bet on Tyler. He gives more money. Okay. Okay. One thing I thought I always found crazy was that this game at nighttime, not rolling time, is his neons already damaged? So this game has nighttime, right? And it has rain, right? What irks me is that Forza Motorsports 4 did not have nighttime, and I think it would have looked great. Okay, there's the understeer. I do wish, I also want, I basically want a successor to Juiced Eliminator, like a enclosed city racer with like the crews and stuff, like how it is in this game. Like doing certain events increases your affinity with them, and you can like attend events, you can do pink slips against them. And the best part is you can start hosting events on their territory too. I'm forgetting to downshift. I don't think there's a game that replicates what I want from this. I mean,
I can see how you walked away with Nina's money.
He says the same thing again. Yeah, I'm gonna start skipping those when they do that. I guess the only one I think that comes close is probably Grid 2 in terms of the locations, or maybe just the Grid series in general because of the city race locations. But like Grid 2, I like the little fame aspect. Man, I really want the, I need that dealership guy to call me, man. I'm running out of things to talk about. Okay, I completely forgot about that one too. The Subaru Impreza 22B STI. That thing... Let me just put it this way. It's all-wheel drive. You're definitely still going to be stuck in a front-wheel drive. The Mitsubishi FTO is also a menace. Or it was a menace for me. I don't know about you guys. So you can see that 22B is just going to take off. That was unintentional. Or maybe it won't take off because he tuned it for acceleration. I hope so. But even so, that means he's just going to keep pulling away. Why are you going wide, man? I thought he was gonna go straight into that wall. That was also unintentional. I didn't mean to do a dirty pass like that, but now the 22B is behind us, so we gotta worry about him. I thought he was gonna be a threat. I mean, when I played this game as a kid, I did not know how to prep my cars to fight against the all-wheel drive cars. That and the Dodge Viper, that thing is probably unbeatable. Although I will say, in a circuit race, it's very prone to just spinning out. And I think, just like in Need for Speed Carbon, the Corvette is probably one of the only cars that can effectively pose a threat to it. I mean, in the lower classes with the Viper, you have the Nissan GTR and the 3000 GT. They can probably hold a candle to it. But we're gonna have to test all of these. Or we may test them out a little later down the line. Also, I can see the reflection of my car in this seam between the ground and the side of the tunnel. So now I know the 22B is not a threat to us.
You want to race in Chinatown,
There's
you gotta
that
earn
host
it.
challenge. It's a sprint. Okay, if we get an all-wheel drive, if we have to go up against an all-wheel, that'll be alright. I think that has 6 gears though. That's my only gripe. As we close in on our hour mark, I'm gonna go ahead and bet against this, and it's $3,000 I won't have in the future if I lose. I am shifting pretty early, but I do the same thing in Forza 2. In this game, the power band matters a lot. Your acceleration does slow down a lot towards the top end for these cars. I'll show you what I mean on this one. You see that? Well, it'd probably be a little easier to show on a different car. Well, we already won 2 out of 3, so... I really do appreciate the quick loading times on the sprint races. And man, our top speed is much higher. Not even gonna bother with the respect update.
Your crew's been riding pretty hot lately. What do you think about hosting an event here in Chinatown?
I've noticed you've been getting some sick times on sprints. Very nice. I'm Hayden Walsh. Maybe you heard of me? You probably didn't. I'm a semi-pro racer from the Midwest. I moved out here a little bit ago with my cousins, Brandon and Brenda. They're kind of obnoxious, but whatever. Anyway, if you're looking for some action, you should check out the Raceway, not the Speedway. That's Caitlyns' turf. And trust me, you don't want to deal with her.
Oh, we're gonna deal with her all right.
You did good back there. So what you gonna do? Dump that back in your ride or save it for events?
I forgot to skip that. Where's the dealership, dude? Come on, man. I think this is Juan's turf. We're gonna jump in there and see what happens. Mitsubishi FTO. It wasn't. It won't be a problem. Stuttering go hard. Oh, but we start on an incline. I did forget that. I don't think the incline actually matters. I'm not gonna bet. Yeah, I should have betted. I should have bet. Betted is not a word. Or is it? English is so hard. I wonder if the mic is, like, at this point, I know this car has 5 gears, but I really wonder if the mic is picking up me hitting the shift button again. Like, expecting there to be a 6th gear. It's so weird how the audio just gets dead silent. It still feels unreal playing this game at 60 FPS, man. Look at that. We're already at 122,000. Oh, there's cars in here. The dude didn't call me. Nice. Awesome. But do want to get one thing. We are going to buy a car for Class 8 races. For no reason in particular. Question is, which one should we go for? Because it's either going to be front wheel drive or the MX-5. And I'm already leaning towards the MX-5. We get to show off some of the crazy handling of this car. I always thought this car looked weird to me. The back looks weird. And the front is just, I don't know what was going through their minds when they made this thing. I don't even know what year that is. Got a Civic DX. It's pretty common on the streets. Here's that Dodge Neon RT. I do think if you're going for 100%, you will have to buy a lot of cars, because the challenge is, there should be a challenge for every car. I don't know and I haven't checked, but I'm very confident there is a challenge for every car. So maybe the first one we're gonna buy is the one we could stuff the most power into. And the slowest one, unfortunately, is gonna be the Meme Machine. Although I like how the Punto looks. I'm gonna be swapping between the two a whole lot. Like I don't think it looks ugly at all. Right, these all have the same amount of power upgrades. Oh, we definitely want some teens. Go ahead and slam that thing down to the ground. What are we looking at? Borderline Rage. It's going to be the same every time. I actually like how that looks better. With the Punto, I'm gonna go with what I said before, top speed on the slower cars. Because they're so slow. I do not know the challenge for... I don't know who owns the challenge for the Punto, so it might be a while before we actually do the challenge, because it could be a later character that we see only in the higher classes. Like, you'll see, I think they pronounce it Jerome in this game. Do they even say his name? I always thought it was pronounced Jerome. And we hit an hour. Alright, we got 130 horses in this thing. Let's just go ahead and do one last race for this video. We're gonna throw this thing. And there he is! Nice timing, dude. Look at this crazy face, man. I already visited your dealership. Let's see what he's got. It's okay. The timing on that. Just now calling us about that. Oh, speaking of this, let's do this point to point. This is our first prototype part for the CRX. Best part about it is we get a handling, I think it's a handling, I don't even remember what it was, a handling prototype or a suspension prototype, which does not increase our base horsepower. But I did see that on that screen just now. There's a dangerous competitor in here. This thing right here is a menace. I know that for a fact 100%. We are not betting against that. We are going to bet against Hayden, though, because he gives more money. So if we lose this, we still at least get some money in our pockets. Look at that thing take off, man. Let's see if we can catch her. We gotta catch her fast, though. Our only saving grace is some good corner exit. And the fact that that one also has 5 gears, I do believe. So it is down a little on top speed. And we are taking this pretty well. Like that. First crack. A little bounce off the wall. And there it is. Easy prototype part. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The 60 FPS, trust me, man, the 60 FPS makes this so much more easier. If you tried to do that same race at 20 FPS on the original PSP, you would have no chance.
Tyler, but my boys in the AAA call me T. A lot of people have been laughing at the way Nina's been hyping you up, but the way I see it, anyone who's taken as many slips as you's gotta be the real deal. If you're interested, kick it to the Southside Beach and see how we roll.
I think he's got a good racetrack layout too.
Good back there. Here's the money I owe you.
You got to sign for this.
There's also that guy. I think he only has 2 lines. This is that girl that screams so much when you let her, when she like starts spinning out and stuff. It is unbearable. Like blasting your ears off. Let's check out this part. I think it equips it automatically. What was it? Springs? Yes, there it is. Bilstein. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, it is suspension. That improved. Let's see, those are braking. Improves braking. The handling actually, that was level 3 handling we did for that race though. That did feel pretty good. But so far, got a little ways into the game, put some roots down. But I think I'm gonna call it here, and we'll see how it goes after we come back for next video.